The government has refuted claims of failure to reach a deal with its international bondholders concerning the restructuring of approximately $13 billion of external debt. The Ministry of Finance remains confident in the ongoing negotiation process, noting that while there have been delays, an interim agreement has been secured to proceed with a memorandum of understanding with the creditors, as requested by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and we have more in this report.
The assurance from the Finance Ministry comes on the back of suggestions from some sectors of the economy that Ghana has failed to strike a deal with two bondholder groups to restructure $13 billion of international bonds. It notes that talks have derailed for now amid indications from the IMF that a deal would not fit its debt sustainability parameters. But in a statement issued by the Finance Ministry on Monday, it notes that significant progress on the debt restructuring has been made and negotiations are still ongoing with the bilateral creditors to arrive at an agreement consistent with debt thresholds under the Debt Sustainability Agreement. The statement notes that they are regrouping to continue the negotiations towards reaching an agreement on final terms that are consistent with IMF debt sustainability targets. Commenting on the situation, economist Dr. Patrick Esumeng is confident that a resolution will soon be reached.
It was always expected that the negotiations with the private commercial debt holders will be tougher, and it's going to be a lot more drawn out than the ones with the bilateral partners. This is the initial, a few initial meetings and negotiations. In some sense, I think it's clear that the IMF is probably wanting Ghana to get a lot more relief than probably the bondholders are willing to give. So I think it's a good thing that we don't rush to get a deal that will not serve the longer-term interests of the country. The government has to be patient and make sure that it puts its best foot forward. You probably wouldn't get the MOU with the bilateral partners signed until it is clear that the deal that we have with them is we are going to have a comparable deal with the bondholders. So in that sense, we could see a delay coming. But I think it's a necessary delay if that's what it will take for us to get a better deal. It's better that
although government has reached a staff-level agreement with the International Monetary Fund, there are concerns that there are delays in reaching a deal with the bilateral creditors to expedite the process in receiving the third tranche of the IMF loan. Despite this, government is assured that it will in the coming days sign an MOU with its bilateral creditors to ensure the process is sealed. For Citi Business News, my name is Nete Ajaho.